Tesla has had to abandon an application for a $1.26 billion subsidy for its German Gigafactory because it has breached eligibility requirements, which may further delay the factory's opening. Though Tesla will expand a factory in Shanghai, its most efficient plant, to allow it to accommodate another 4,000 workers. Airbnb stock, which, like other reopeners, had been under pressure from a resurgence in COVID cases. Governments reacted to news of the appearance of the Omicron variant by banning flights to and from destinations in southern Africa and tightened border controls and entry criteria on health grounds. Restriction to consumers' freedom of movement and the possibility of further lockdowns turned market sentiment against hospitality, lodging, and leisure stocks. There are some suggestions that whilst Omicron may be more transmissible than other variants like Delta, symptoms among those who have had the mutated form of the virus may not be so severe. If that is the case, then restrictions on travel may prove to be temporary. However, it could be weeks before there is definitive evidence either way. Alibaba shares fell last week as investors turned negative on growth stocks, faced by the likelihood of a faster Fed taper and higher interest rates. The emergence of the new mutated COVID variant may give the Fed pause for thought, however, and if rates don't rise and mobility is restricted once more, then we could see e-commerce names rebound. Meanwhile, Alibaba is said to be delegating power to the heads of each of its business units to make the company more agile and flexible in the face of rising challenges. Increased autonomy could also open the door to spin-offs or IPOs of individual business units, which could be a way to realize shareholder value. Square fell heavily last week, though much of the damage to stock price had been done ahead of Thanksgiving and the Black Friday sell-off. Square's Cash app made 9th place in the list of the top 10 free iPhone apps and was the only payments app to appear in the list. Square recently announced that it would open up the app to 13 to 17-year-olds who had parental oversight, and that may have helped to boost downloads from the Apple App Store. Microsoft traded lower last week, broadly in line with the Nasdaq 100 and Nasdaq Composite indices. Investors were not alone in having a negative bias towards Microsoft stock, however, as CEO Satya Nadella sold almost 837,000 shares, raising $285.3 million in sale proceeds, and thus reducing his holdings in the company by around 50%. The fact that Mr. Nadella has sold such a large portion of his personal holding could suggest he thinks the stock price has run far enough for now.